What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and today I'm going to talk about all the BS out there. The law of attraction is a scam. The prosperity gospel is a scam. There's so much of this kind of stuff that's just scheming and scamming on people. Self-improvement too, self-help, whatever. And it all kind of funnels into each other, self-help and law of attraction and prosperity gospel. They all kind of tell you the same basic thing, and underneath all that, it's a lot of schemes and scams. Underneath a lot of the self-help and a lot of the law of attraction is these scam courses and pyramid schemes and all kind of stuff. And I'm sure prosperity gospel is probably the same. There's probably a lot of pyramid schemes and multi-level marketing that happens there. And I'm just tired of these scams. I'm tired of these schemes. I'm tired of these lies, because 99% of what's out there is just total lies, total BS, stuff that's just like a waste of your time to even be involved in and to listen to. There's so many ebooks, scam ebooks, scam regular books, whatever. And with a lot of this stuff, there's some, like a few little nuggets of truth. There's a few little things that are actually helpful, but it's just surrounded by banal bullshit, And this stuff really is banal. It's like so boring and disinteresting. Like, whatever. Someone recommended me some books, whatever. And I read one of them, and it was one of these books. It's all about, you're envisioning being rich or whatever. And, it's good to think positive, but with this kind of stuff, it's like you're going to have this fantasy. You're sitting in the Porsche. You can feel the steering wheel. You can, whatever, imagine the mansion. And it's like so materialistic too. Somehow, it's like goes from like, we are all the one divine consciousness. And that's why, and then it's something about climbing the corporate ladder. It becomes the most carnal, materialistic bullcrap so fast. And it's like, oh, it's just, we're about, we're all one vibrating spirit. And then it's, we're one vibrating spirit, and you gotta do your money manifestation. And it's so dumb. And I've even seen stuff for like manifest winning the lottery. I've seen that, for like binaural beats and stuff and whatever. Manifest the winning lottery numbers. They'll come to you, and oh brother, good God, good golly, like, it's just the most delusional stuff. It's all about feeding people's ego. That's what it is. Feed people's egos with this delusional stuff. Tell them what they want to hear. Tell them what they want to hear. Don't tell them it's going to be hard. Don't tell them they actually have to do work. No. It's all this stuff. It's the 4-hour work week. It's the, you don't have to even do anything. You just sit back and you'll manifest. And they do this stuff because they know it's what people want to hear. They know it's going to sell some course and whatever, and you get this weird banal information, the law of karma. When you give, you receive back, and whatever. And look, there is a real quote-unquote law of attraction. There is a real quote-unquote God's law. There is a real quote-unquote natural law. And, this is stuff that was known by, let's just say, King Solomon. This is stuff that's in some ways known by the Freemasons and the secret societies and stuff. And they use this stuff for the real stuff for like nefarious purposes. And, good and evil can come out of this stuff. The point I'm making is there is a real quote-unquote law of attraction or law of abundance or whatever, but it's not this stuff that you're hearing from these people on YouTube or from these, New Age teachers. You're not going to see it on Gaia.com, or you're not going to see it on some book on Amazon or anything. The real info's out there, but it's tightly guarded, and, you got to receive it on some level. You're not just going to watch some video and have it there. You're really not. And these people are selling a very fake, watered down version of that. And they have no actual business success themselves. Their success is from selling the dream. They made their millions on the book tour. They made their millions selling these online courses. They made their millions selling these conferences and this thing where you go to the freaking hotel by the airport and you pay $500 and, you know, these seminars and these events and stuff. That's where they made their money. Like, these people don't make anything. They don't do anything. They're not able or empowered to make something for themselves. They're not, so they have to lie and scheme and scam and try to steal the hard-earned time and money of other people. They do. They do. And it's also just like, this stuff really appeals much more to the feminine than the masculine. And I would say this stuff is 100% rooted in the passive feminine. There's nothing wrong with the passive feminine. It's good. It has its purposes. But all this stuff is about, you sit back, you do nothing, and you receive, you know. And it is designed, I'm serious though, it is designed to capture women. The main reason is also, women are more likely to donate. Women are more likely to share it with their friends and their family, you know. Women are more likely to invite friends and family to the seminar and stuff like that. And, you know, also just like, I've had some sales jobs before. I've been a personal trainer trying to sell the training sessions to random people at the gym or whatever, and it's a lot easier to hook the women than the men. You know, when you come up to them, you go, oh, it'll be great. It's gonna, oh, wow, that's awesome. And they're not going to really think about how much it costs or whatever. They're, you know, they're just going to go, oh, wow, great, you know. And then usually the husband would come in and be like, we're not going to pay $300 for that. You know, we can't afford it. Nope, we're not doing it, you know. But it's that kind of this, like, I mean, look, like, there's a lot of, I mean, there's men involved in this big time too. You know, most of the gurus and teachers are men. I'm not saying it's not men doing this as well. You know, but it's this, I'm trying to think how to describe it, but it's this, it's really this kind of, it's this kind of like, it's like there's no focus on the forces of evil either in this stuff. Like, there's positive and negative to everything. And all this kind of like prosperity gospel, new age, self-help, it's like everybody just is good, and, you know, there's so many blessings, and there's so much blessings coming your way or whatever. It's just some BS like that. And it's not going to talk about the forces of evil, defending yourself against the forces of evil. It's not going to talk about it's not going to talk about the devil. It's not going to talk about evil. The truth is, Satan is behind all this too, you know. But it's going to get people in this overly idealistic kind of state where they're not looking at, or they're not thinking critically. And they're just going, ooh, it sounds so nice. And they're not going to think about any of the downsides. And this kind of stuff doesn't teach people how to defend themselves against narcissists, because it's being sold by narcissists. It's being sold by narcissists and demons and evil people. So of course it's not going to teach you how to defend against narcissists and how to defend against the kingdom of Satan, because that is not in their best interests. It's not, you know. So it just gives them this super childish, idealistic kind of image where, oh, everything's just going to be great, you know, and you don't have to work hard, and your blessing is going to come, and everything will just work out for you. And I can tell you, like, reality of the situation is that's not always what happens. Things don't always work out, you know. And it's a very oversimplified black and white way of looking at it, you know. Some people say it's black and white. Some people say it's all shades of gray. Truth Tiger says it's a full spectrum of colors. There's all kind of different situations. It's not black and white, but they want to say, like, with the law of attraction, you just think positive thoughts and then positive things happen. And there's half truths to that. And look, I'll drop a little bit of real wisdom on that. Like, the truth about all this, you think positive, blah, blah, blah. There's some truth to it, but it's like, what that really means is you need to be able to think for yourself, problem solve, have plans, have goals, You know, envisioning something is not, I'm in the Lamborghini, I'm hearing the engine. It's not some bull crap like that. That's masturbation. That's whatever. I don't think I'm supposed to say this word, but that's the PORN. That's what, yeah, that's all that is. If I'm in my head and I'm with some beautiful woman and we're, you know, in a pile of gold, then that doesn't make it real. I could imagine myself being 10 feet tall, made out of solid gold, 100 feet tall, 1,000 feet tall, and I'm made out of solid gold, and I shoot lightning out of my fingers, and, you know, whatever, gems and jewels fall out of my pockets. I could envision that very easily. I could imagine that very easily. That does not mean that will manifest. That's what these liars are teaching people. Oh, you'll manifest it. No, it's teaching people to be lost in fantasies and to not work hard and to not be realistic about things and to be egotistical too, you know? To be like lost in your own fantasies is what that's teaching, and that's a ridiculous thing to teach. It's a very ridiculous thing to teach. All right, I was trying to let a guy in through the drive-thru, but whatever, he didn't, he waffled. I don't want to stop all the traffic for him, but yeah. This stuff is it's infuriating. It's infuriating because I know so many, I meet so many people that are into this stuff and that perpetuate this stuff and that believe in this stuff, and that just, man, you know. And another thing they say, you need a mentor and whatever, and it's like, an actual good mentor is good, but some guy who was involved in some weird thing and whatever, and it's some weird pyramid scheme or something, that's not like a real mentor, or some guy you pay online to be your mentor or something, like, it's just, I haven't even scratched the surface in this video. But just, this stuff is so annoying. This stuff is so frustrating, and it's everywhere. It's the entire world. It really is the entire world, and it lowers people's ability to think for themselves. And all this stuff, it's all about turning off, like, your logical mind, your ability to reason, and your ability to think for yourself. You go into this fantastical state where anything is possible, you know. And it's so unbalanced too. It's like you have to balance fantasy with reality, and who knows, maybe you can, you know, improve your reality or whatever. But, and that's another thing, like, this whole thing, it's so solipsistic and selfish to be like, you know, you are the universe, we are God, we are existence, we create our own reality. And it's like, no, we are a part of the universe. We are not the entire universe. We're a part of the universe. You know, in terms of us creating our own reality, look, we have our private lives. We have our own world, if you will. We have our own sphere, you know, and we can do things in our own personal lives to, you know, we can improve our sphere by working hard and, you know, doing the right stuff. We can improve our sphere. But this whole, you create your own reality, like, it's such a weird, like, it's such an egotistical way of saying, like, instead of saying, like, work hard, set boundaries, whatever, a weird egotistical way of saying it, you know. And I don't know. Also, like, one thing about manifestation they never say is most of how our reality is manifested is by the collective. Think about it. It's by the collective. And because the collective is hateful, because the collective is foolish, because the collective is easily deceived, you know, the collective reality we have is not great. It's really not very good. And guess what? That bleeds into our individual sphere. You know, our individual sphere is not, we're not hermetically sealed in that thing, you know? It's kind of more of a vague barrier, and that stuff from the collective reality will seep in. And, you know, really the collective reality is what is made manifest, really, when you think about it, you know? Like, we have our own perspective and our own life and whatever, but the manifestation, it happens on the collective level. And, you know, like, like the whole thing, it's like, you're going to manifest a new Porsche or whatever. It's like, genocides have been manifested, but they don't talk about that, you know? It's like horrible atrocities, genocides, wars. Like, there's probably been a lot more bad things manifested than good things, but they don't talk about the bad. They don't think about the bad because, you know, Satan's greatest trick is that people think he doesn't exist, you know? It's this whole thing of like, hear no evil, see no evil. You know, it's like this idea of like, there's only goodness, evil doesn't exist. Like, I've got some news for you. I've got some reality for you. The Truth Tiger's gonna have some fun with this one, you know, because, oh boy, is there evil. There's evil everywhere. Evil is extremely prevalent, and most of the people who teach these things and push these things are evil, you know? And they don't want that put out there. They don't want to. It's not what people want to hear either. People don't want to hear that there's like, that things won't be easy. People don't want to hear that there's a devil who's trying to destroy your soul. People don't want to like hear this stuff because it's not like, it's not fun. It's not what the ego wants to hear. They just want to hear how it's going to be easy and like, they don't need to change anything. And, you know, that's pretty much what this stuff says. And it's honestly laughable, you know? And it really, really is. And the thing also, it's so banal and boring. Like, I used to be into the New Age and stuff, and I always found it's like, man, like, I just can't get through these videos. Like, watching these videos and reading these books, like, they're so boring, and they're so badly written. And, like, some of these books, it's like, you know, and he had his mansion, and he saw the tide. It's just like, the books are horribly written. There's no creativity to any of it. It's just like this, it's a slop. It's 666 programming. It's like mind control. It's like this thing where people cannot think for themselves. And that's what all this stuff appeals to, is these sheeple who cannot think for themselves. And they go, oh, great. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to like, whatever, you know? And it's ridiculous because it's like people are in the situations where they're in debt, whatever, they're in debt, they got a kid, they're whatever, they're working 2 jobs, it's a bad job, they're behind on the bills, all this stuff. And instead of someone saying, hey, like, you gotta grind, you gotta buckle down, you gotta like just find some way to get ahead, like maybe there's some manager position at one of your jobs, like you gotta hustle and take that, like you gotta get ahead any way you can. Rather than telling them that, it's this thing of you're gonna manifest your desires. A huge blessing is around the corner. Like, and it's ridiculous. It's selling people so much false hope. It's selling people so much false hope. And it's just like, it's just extracting energy out of people too. That's what this crap is doing. It's extracting people's energy. It's taking people's energy. It's stealing people's energy. You know, this stuff is all so narcissistic. Like that guy, Joel Osteen, massive narcissist, you know? All these guys are narcissists and weirdos and liars, and they're all deceptive people. They're thieves. They're thieves who are trying to steal people's hard-earned money. And, you know, these people come along, they have no idea. The people who are being deceived by this stuff have no idea either. You know, they're just, well, it sounds good, and it sounds like it sounds easy, you know? And a lot of it's just the most toxic, unproductive, dumb stuff. Like the amount of, like I talked about the lottery numbers manifestation before, but another one I've seen a lot of and saw a lot of back when I was into this stuff was getting your ex back. So many, the binaural beats to get your ex back. Affirmations to get your ex back. It's just like, kind of, like, freaking, I can actually headbutt that. But like, it's just like, oh my God. Like, this is keeping people in neutral. It's keeping people stuck. Rather than telling them the reality of to say, hey, like, what happened in that relationship? Why are y'all not together anymore? Is that a healthy thing to be seeking to get that back? What did you do in their relationship to make it not work? What did they do to make it not work? What really happened? Was both of y'all doing it together? Did one of y'all do it? Was it like, find out what really happened and actually look at it and assess it. They don't want to do that. No self-assessment in this stuff. No looking over yourself. No, they're not going to do that. It's all about, oh, we say the new manifestation, we read the new book, we buy the new ebook, we went to the conference, just like, oh my God, and there's all these pyramid schemes and scams, and let me tell you, the Jezebels in church, they're not 100%, they're not loyal to Jesus. They'll say that, but then I have this pyramid scheme, and I have this affirmation, and I have this astrology, and I have this whatever, and the Truth Tiger's not judging people. Just don't act like you're one way, but then be about something else, Just don't do that. Keep it real, Keep it real. Keep it to reality. And, like, I was watching one of these New Age videos about a year back, just looking at it just to observe it, just to see is there anything useful in here that I could use. I saw a clip from a guy named Mark Passiow, but they completely twisted it up. Like, I forget what it was, but he was saying, like, a harsh truth of, like, how you got to be careful and things don't always work and you got to not trust people and there's a lot of people lying, and they twisted it up to have him say, like, anything's possible, They twisted that up, and he's a truth T-Rex. He's a freaking truth tarantula. He's scary with the truth, but whatonearthishappening.com, like, he's hardcore, but you can check him out. But they twisted his stuff up, and then I really watched him, and I'm like, he's not like that at all. He's totally real, but it's so much fakeness, and it's all designed to appeal to the right brain. It's all, like, visually pleasing, and there's some hippie guy in a pink shirt, and he's got some blonde dreadlocks, and he's, it's all peace and love. But then before you know it, there's some pyramid scheme he wants you to join, or there's some this or that or whatever, and it's so annoying. It's so false, and it's just trying to appeal to people, like, it'll be easy, It's just trying to appeal to that, and they don't want you thinking for yourself either. Like, objective thought is a big problem. I never went to a prosperity gospel church, but I went to a church that was a little bit funky, you know what I mean? They're all funky, really, but, and I remember, like, people were saying, like, you have doubt. Doubt is not good. You never want to have doubt, and it's like, you want to doubt things that are not true. You need some level of doubt, and it's, you believe, you don't question anything. And I've told some of those people, like, there's a lot of liars and manipulators in the church, and I got my guard up, actually. I'm the opposite. I'm checking this shit out to make sure it's legit. They didn't like that. They did not like that at all. Don't question it. Don't look it over. Don't observe it. Don't analyze it. None of that. When you analyze it, you'll see the numbers don't add up, and it's a bunch of bullshit. You'll see it's a stupid lie, and none of it adds up, and none of it makes sense. And it's all just this pretty picture. But behind the picture, it's a house of cards. There's nothing holding it up. It's not solid at all, So they don't want you doing the math, though. They don't want you using your left brain and analyzing it and looking at it, being like, I wonder what's going on here. Well, let me look at the data of this. Oh, this makes no sense whatsoever. Great, And just, like, before I go, like, this stuff puts people in a loop, too. It keeps people stagnant. It's just, watch the next self-help video, the next this, and people think they're actually, like, improving their lives by doing this stuff, and it's like, you're really not. You're staying exactly where you were at. Learn real knowledge. Learn a skill. Learn how to actually do something. Build an actual business that's not some pyramid scheme. Do it for real. Do it for real, Yeah, y'all. Man, this just annoys me. This annoys me so much, but, God bless you all, and, Much love to you all. And I got one more point, actually, is like, they don't care about the truth. I never hear them say the word truth or talk about the quest for truth or trying to find the truth or anything like that. I never hear them say that in any of these prosperity gospel or self-help or new age or anything. I never hear them say that. I never hear the word truth or we're finding out what's true, because they don't care about what's true. They just want to lie, 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 lie. All right, y'all. God bless for real, and I'm out.